A coastal flood warning, a high wind warning, and a flood watch have been issued for our area by the National Weather Service. Currently in our area, 57 degrees with light rain. Here's our local Doppler radar. For tonight, windy with rain, heavy at times, low 54. North-northeast winds at 40 to 60 miles per hour, diminishing to 25 to 35 miles per hour. And on Friday, windy and overcast with showers, high 60. Winds north at 25 to 35 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Winds could occasionally gust over 40 miles per hour. And Friday night, windy with a few showers, low 58. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook. Incidents and construction impacting our area.
As you can see, there's not much left to hold back this water from inundating structures here in South Nags Head. Water, waves continue to roll right up the beaches, and as they do, they're taking more and more sand with it.
Right now, it is getting nasty once again. We have the rain coming down again, the wind, but the big issue today, coastal erosion.
I'm Mike Benz reporting live here in coastal Virginia. Significant wind and rain this morning. Visibility is already down to 0.8 of a mile.
I can tell you here at Ocean City, this is one of the nastier situations I've been in, and I've been doing this for over 20 years.
Well, you got to hang on right now. This wind has got to be sustained up there in the mid-40s. We've had gusts over 65 miles an hour, and now I see a surfer going out into this. That's like a death sentence.
Oh, the assault continues. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Believe it or not, that was all one day and just today. Just to give you a little background on this nor'easter, an area of low pressure developed from the remnants of what was Hurricane Ida. That made landfall, believe it or not, in Nicaragua on November 5th. So it's just been an incredible day. And again, all really from that hurricane that made sure, of course, then became a tropical storm coming into the Gulf of Mexico. And now look what it is doing. This area of low pressure moving up the coast as a nor'easter. We have continuing coverage, of course, all along the coast. Jim Cantori, live in Nags Head tonight. And Jim, you know, looking at you, it's certainly a lot more tranquil than places like where Mike Seidel has been in Virginia Beach. But oddly enough, you have had in Currituck on the Outer Banks the greatest number in terms of how much rain, 13-inch report.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. That's right where the front is. If you go up to the north of us, that's where the front is. And, of course, on the other side of that, it's cold, and Mike's dealing with the strongest winds. So that's where the lashing is occurring, and that's going to continue all the way up the Jersey Shore, folks. So a very widespread event in through here. So down here, we've kind of gotten into the warm sector a little bit. It's a little bit warmer, but still windy enough, and there's enough dry air now being pulled into this what's now stationary low pressure, stronger from a pressure standpoint than was Ida, if you will, when it came ashore. I was thinking of Isabel over there for a second. Let me show you some pictures here, guys. Here's the deal. Kill Devil Hills, Nags Head, we've had just an incredible day as the waves have picked up really since this morning. We came out at first light. We were just dealing with the high tide tailing off. Then it picked up again. A lot of wave action in on the beaches. Sea foam crashing and almost encompassing this entire house. Almost looks like kind of a movie set there. And at times they breached many, many dunes. So you're going up along Highway 12. What you basically wind up seeing are these breaches and these rivers crossing over at a perpendicular angle or at a 90-degree angle to the highway. So you look up the road up toward the river, it's like, oh, wow. Just a few hundred feet, there it is. There's the breach. Check this out. Right off of our live shot location here, you can see this deck and staircase. We talked about this last night, and as many of these we expected to go. You can see the staircase actually falling and succumbing right into the Atlantic Ocean. And amazingly, even tonight, we are watching these waves just roll right up toward the beaches. And as we go toward the 4 o'clock this morning, 4:12, we will deal with the next high tide. And that means, of course, some of these areas that were already dealing with a lot of undercutting today, if you will, or a lot of erosion issues, may actually succumb to the Atlantic Ocean today, so I wouldn't be surprised. Here you go, guys. More and more pictures continue to come on in all the way across the Outer Banks. At times, Highway 12 and Rodanthe underwater, but they're still running the ferry out toward Ocracoke tonight on the regular schedule. All right, let's go to Mike Seidel, who's out there in the Virginia Beach. And Mike, I was just reading Sewell's Point up there where you are, 7.36 feet above mean low tide. Isabel was 7.8 feet, and at the time of high tide tonight, we actually expect it to be there as well. So it's incredible flooding possibly toward the Hampton Roads area. Have you heard of any evacuations in that area as a result of these expected tides and high water levels?
Well, yes, there were evacuations starting late this morning. Some of the areas, first evacuations we heard out of the Norfolk area, there are about 50 people, and a lot of people have left on their own accord. Same area that was hit by the hurricane, whew, boy, back in 2003, Isabel. And the next high tide is tomorrow morning here at 4:45, about 6 a.m. down there at Hampton Roads. That's the Sewell's Point measuring station. And, you know, the whole area is underwater. Not only there, the Portsmouth area couldn't hardly even get to the Naval Air Station. You can see what's going on here at Virginia Beach. We're north of that front. That's why they call it, whoa! That's why they call it a front. We got the wind and the chilly weather up here. It's in the mid-50s. Jim's in the low 60s. And we've had these cells come in. The last one came through, and we had that wind gust to 75 miles an hour. That's just minimal hurricane force. And we've got more rotating in. And this rainfall rate's about 1 to 2 inches an hour. That's not what we were seeing last night. We had the wind last night, but we weren't getting this kind of rainfall. The beach, looking out here, it's still basically all underwater. And high tide was 3.5 hours ago. Let me take you around Virginia Beach today. Some of the streets had as much as 4 feet of water in them. Some of that overwash, some of that the rainfall. Some of that, the heavy rainfall we've seen, 7, 8, 9 inches of rain here. One thing we haven't seen compared to Isabel, trees. We've seen a few knocked down, no injuries as far as we know. But after Isabel, you went inland about a block or two and there were trees down everywhere and there were massive power outages. The thing that's saving us here tonight, Alex, is the fact that we're not getting those 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Although, like I said, we had a gust of 75. The power on the strip here, on the boardwalk, is still on, but it's been flickering. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Alex?
All right, thank you so much. He's been here for 18 years, and he said about 10 minutes ago, with 18 years under my belt, this is the worst I've been beaten down yet. Can you imagine? There are actually delays, cancellations.